Hello class, this is a video tutorial on compound areas. Compound areas involve the areas formed by two or more functions. These can be calculated by the sum or difference of integrals. To summarize this, when to use the sum or the difference, it's as follows. If the area that we're looking for, if its domain is across two different functions, we're looking for the sum of integrals. If the area domain is between the two different functions, we look for the difference of integrals. Now, visually, this is what I'm referring to. So if we're trying to find the area from A to B, and it goes across two different functions, where, well, that's just going to be the sum of this integral plus the sum of this integral. Now, obviously, I've drawn this so that they're both above the x-axis. If ever it's below the x-axis, you need to take into account all the ideas surrounding that. Now, if the area of domain is between the two different functions, as in it's between f of x and g of x, so it's enclosed by this function here, we just take the difference of these functions. So it's the f of x minus g of x on the same domain here. Now the reason why this works is the negative portions that are below the x-axis, when we subtract these negative areas, we end up actually just adding them on. Okay? So now for all compound areas, calculating the points of intersection, I've labeled them x of n, so in these cases here, these are extremely crucial. And when calculating using the difference of integrals, the subtracting function must be below the other one, meaning in this instance g of x is subtracting, that must be below the other function. Now this is important for compound areas where the functions cross over multiple times. You'll see this when we encounter it, so let's go straight into an example here. So the functions f of x, g of x have been sketched. Complete the sketch by finding all points of intersection with the x values only. When I mean points of intersections, literally all of these x values here. So the first one, let's find the most complicated ones, these two. We can do that by letting the functions equal one another. So x squared minus 13x plus 40 equals 13 minus x. Bringing everything to one side, x squared minus 12x, 40 take away 13, 7, 30, 27 equals 0. This will factor into x minus 9, x minus 3 equals 0. So we get x equals positive 3, x equals 9. So already we can sketch these two portions. This one. That's going to be 3 and 9. Let's find the x-intercepts of all of these. So the x-intercepts of f of x. So I'm curious what these ones are now. So let's do x squared minus 13x plus 40 equals 0. Two numbers, 40, negative 5, negative 8. So this will give me x equals 5, oops, and x equals 8. So this gives me 5, and that's 8. And lastly, we just let that equal 0. That's just simply 13 minus x equals 0. X equals 13. Definitely not to scale here. So now let's calculate the area enclosed by both functions and both axes. So this actually requires quite a few bits here. So both functions and both axes, I'm essentially just trying to ask this in a very fancy way to calculate these here. So this is both functions and both axes. So part 1 is actually looking at this portion here. So as you can see that this requires a sum of integrals because it's going from 0, x equals 0 to x equals 3 for the function f of x. And then we add on from 3 till 5 of the function, sorry, g of x first, of the function f of x. Let's write this out. So the area of this is going to be the integral from 0 till 3, because that's where they intersected, of, so this first portion is f of x, sorry, g of x. And then onto this, we're going to add the integral from 3 to 5 of f of x. So from 3 to 5 of f of x, which was x squared minus 13x plus 40 dx. Integrating this, we get 13x minus half x squared from 3 to 0 plus, integrating this, we get 1/3 x squared, sorry, x cubed, apologies, minus 13 on 2x squared plus 40x. Whole bunch of substituting here now. I hope from this point you can just quickly fast forward. So 13 times 3 minus half times 3 squared. This gives me 69 on 2 minus, substituting 0 to this, we get 0. To this, we need to substitute now, oops, I forgot to write it in, 5 and 3. So 1/3 times 5 cubed minus 13 on 2, 5 squared, plus 40 times 5. This gives me 475 on 6 minus, substituting 3 into our expression, we get 141 on 2. This remains as 69 on 2. 75, 6 minus 141 on 2. This gives me 26 on 3. So 69 on 2 plus 26 on 3. This gives me a total of 259 on 6 units squared. So the first part is this area is just going to be 259 on 6. Part 2, it says calculate the area enclosed by both functions and the x-axis. So again, it's just this portion here. Again, that is a sum of integrals. That's just going to be the area from 8 till 9 of this curved function is f of x. Just writing f of x here, dx. And since this is a sum, we need to continue from 9 to 13. So from 9 to 13 of g of x dx. Well then from here, I'm just going to copy paste this step here. It's actually the exact same step, but we're using different domain values now. So from 8 till 9, and from 9 to 13. Now, just revealing this to you now, this calculator can actually do our integration in one go for us. So just to show you, this is very tedious at this point. So integrating 13 minus x it was. So 13 minus x, minus x from 8 till 9 gives us 4.5 or 9 on 2. So remember, just showing you now, it's just substitute 9, substitute 8, and take the difference. This should give you 9 on 2 plus, and again, substituting these values, letting my calculator do it for me. G of x was x squared minus 13x plus 40 from 9 until 13. This gives me 232 on 3. And to this, so 9 on 2 plus 232 on 3. All in all gives me 491 on 6 units squared. Okay. And now lastly, we're trying to find the area in between both functions. So it's actually this portion here. And since we're finding the area between this, it is going to be the top function from 3 till 9 minus the bottom function from the same interval. So enclosed fully by the two functions is exactly what I showed there. So the area of this is going to be from 3 till 9 of the line, which was g of x, so 13 minus x, minus, notice how I'm putting this into a bracket, of our function x squared plus 13x plus 40. But notice how I'm putting it inside that bracket. And the reason for that is I'm going to clean this up a little bit more first. This gives me negative x squared plus 13x minus 40. And this can clean up a little bit more before we even integrate this. So from 3 till 9 of negative x squared, 13 minus x is 12x. 12x. Negative 40 plus 13, let me write that in. Negative 40 plus 13 is negative 27 dx. Now this integral is unique and not one that we've done so far in this question. Let's do that. So increase the power by 1, divide by the new power, increase the power by 1, divide by the new power, and an x appears with constants. Substituting 9 into this, so negative 1/3, 9 cubed plus 6 times 9 squared minus 27 times 9. Very interesting. This gives us 0 minus, substituting 3 into this, 3. This gives us minus 36. This gives us 36 units squared. So I hope that's giving you an insight into how we can calculate compound areas. Hope to see you in the next video, and best of luck.